Hello, everybody! Welcome to Design Drop 2024. This is your beautiful TileBar showroom. This is the first time we've done a layout like this. What do you think about this? This is amazing. So I was originally having these chairs like this way, like a CEU, and these design people came in and I'm like, no way. We turned it on an angle, and oh my God, I'm impressed. This is amazing.
This is John Tudisco speaking here, introducing and welcoming everybody.
We are live streaming actually on 4 different social media channels, and that's what's going on there. I'm sorry, the volume's up, so hopefully it won't be a distraction. And it's being, the MC is in Carolina right now. Stay away from him. Sorry, CK. He's like cringing every time I do. Okay, so the one bad news I have to say is that we're going to turn the lights on because you have to see the tile and the color. But we'll see purely Patricia's beautiful outfit, so it'll be worth it. So, all right, so I think we're going to have to put the lights on. Let's do it. We'll do it, guys. Alan, right behind you. Yeah.
That was good.
There you go. Oh, you guys are beautiful. There's no dimming, and the microphone down just a little. Yeah. Yeah. Ken is smart. Ken is smart. This is amazing. Really.
I'll be back.
So it's May 24th. In New York City, and New York City is back. I'm so excited, guys. Yes. This is guys show up tonight. This is amazing. All these beautiful people, a lot of people that we don't know, some new faces. This is really great. So this concept is really something that just came out of just so many creative people getting together. And I'd like to tell you how it came about. So SGNY, which is Stacy Garcia, New York, and Interior Design Society of New York, are presenting to you Design Drop 2024. The sponsors of the event are Koroseal, Libatex, and TileBar. Give them a big hand. My name is John Tudisco. I'm the current president of Interior Design Society of New York City, so welcome to our chapter event. Thank you. So how we're going to do this is I'm going to say a few words about these beautiful people here, and they have so many great accomplishments I haven't written down, so I'm going to tell you about them. And then we're going to start our program. I just want to let everyone know that everyone here is such an important part of the design community. Just everyone here could be home right now, you could be doing your thing, but you came out and you're here tonight, and it's really, really encouraging, and I'm so happy that you're here. So, I'm going to say a few words about Stacy Garcia. She's the founder of Stacy Garcia Design Studio. She's a trend forecaster. She's the founder of Libatex Commercial Textiles. She's a certified WBNC, which stands for?
It's Women Business Enterprise. And it's funny, I forgot I was Mike.
Yeah. She's like, John, shut up. You're Mike. Okay. I knew the W was women, so yeah. That's fantastic. Design partner with leading manufacturers from flooring to ceiling. That's what we're here about tonight, including TileBar, Koroseal, and other interior products. So, Stacy, glad to see you here.
Thank you so much.
Then we have Tracy Kloos. She's the Vice President of Design Development for Koroseal Interior Products. Her background is in design and architecture. And hey, Alan, would you mind letting people upstairs know that we can hear them? I really appreciate that. It really travels down. Her background is in design and architecture, 25 years of manufacturing experience and product design and color. She's a board member of the Color Marketing Group. Impressive. And Koroseal and a New York showroom. She's the is it VIOH? What is this?
So come visit us at our New York showroom.
And last but not least, Keith Baltimore, founder of Baltimore Design Group. He's an acclaimed interior designer with a distinguished portfolio of high-end residential and commercial work, celebrating 35 years in business. So he started when he was 10. That's awesome.
Celebrating his
I knew you were going to go there.
We
So
said
I
we were
went
going
there.
to say his 35th birthday.
Exactly.
It led to 2022 IDS NYC named Baltimore chair of the Impact Committee, which is a really important committee. So he's the chair of our committee. So thank you, Keith. And Keith and his team is in Long Island, Port Washington Design Studio. So welcome, Keith.
CVIS.
Tracy.
I love
Yes.
that.
So what is Design Trends? So we're here just to show you some products and some inspiration, how we got here. And we're going to let all these beautiful people tell us all about it. Stacy, I'd like to just have you tell us, like, what is design? What are trends, and why should people pay attention to it? And where do you fit into that mix?
All right. Well, first of all, amazing job. I was like, laughing. We didn't even need a chair because you could really see this whole thing. And again, I'm so grateful for all of you all of you that are here. I mean, so many friends in the industry, people who I just know for many years and love, and I'm so blessed to call you friends, and some new faces who I look forward to calling you friends in the future. And again, huge shout out to our sponsors and partners. So the reason that this, we decided to put this together, first of all, it's New York Design Week. This is New York Times Design. This is where the city really comes together. Is there any way to lower the volume? I'm hearing myself echo. Okay. Thank you. This from the live stream. I'm a little ADD, so it's like squirrel. Okay, so I apologize. But this is really where, the New York scene comes together for interior products and decor and seeing fun things. And so we put our heads together and said, wouldn't this be amazing? And Keith was really spearheading this, I think, with Marva from IDS to put together. So it all came together. Our studio, I spent 25 years of my career designing products for manufacturers. Again, like you said, from floor to ceiling. We're partnered with carpet companies, TileBar, Koroseal, Libatex, which I founded. But we're designing furniture, lighting, decor, all of it. And a lot of what we do is look at where the trends are coming from and spend a lot of time researching, traveling around the globe, looking at what's happening in the markets that haven't even made their way over here yet, and then trying to sort of make measured choices on what this market is ready for. What's fun is New York, on the coast is really where you start to see design trends first. So I would say on both coasts, and then they make their way inwards. And so what we're bringing you are sort of 3 macro trends and 3 slices of our newest collections of textiles, wall covering, and tile, and you'll see how beautiful they merchandise.
So Stacy mentioned Design Week, New York, NYC by Design. This is Design Week. Hundreds of thousands of people are coming into New York this week for ICFF, I guess is the kickoff. Who went to ICFF this week? Raise your hand. This is amazing, right? We live in the best city. I mean, there's so many things to do in this city, and ICFF, but this event is called a curated event. There's 200 such events going on in the city within these 2 weeks, and we were blessed to be able to accept it into the program. And shout out to all the people in our crew, including Marva, who's been phenomenal to help put this together. Thank you, Marva. So, anyone been to a fashion show here? Like a walk? Okay, that's cool. So Keith, I wanted to, if you could just tell us a little more about the inspiration. Keith was kind of the key inspiration for this runway concept, and we all ran with it. We loved it. I'd like to hear your insights on that.
Yeah, the concept was to show textiles. That's what I have a lot.
Yes.
To present fabric and design down a runway makes sense. it's current, it's fashionable, and that's what we do. We're a fashion industry, we're a communication industry, and the idea of showing things in a new ways, creative and fun, and it's gorgeous product, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Thank you. So Tracy, I'd like to ask you so your products, you cover wall coverings and fabric as well?
So we do everything wall covering and ceilings. We have some specialty products. We have some beautiful vinyl wall covering products that we have an exclusive collection with Stacy. So a lot of great things right now on the wall surfaces. So it's an exciting time.
So what we're going to do is we're going to show you some product, and if you look downstairs, there's some displays. You'll see later upstairs in the center area with that beautiful centerpiece with all products laid out. And so when Stacy's putting these products together, there's a lot going through her head, a lot of synergies happening, looking to the future, her traveling the world, seeing trends, feeling trends, anticipating trends, and creating trends. And that's what it's all about. So you guys are on the cutting edge here. So I'm going to let you guys take away how we're going to present this.
Okay, so I want to start by saying also a big shout out to my team on the Stacy Garcia side. So we have our designers and social media people and a lot that went into this. So before we start walking trend number 1 down, so I'm going to just have you pause right there. So I have Numati and Samantha. Sam and I share a last name. So she is not my daughter, although I'm old enough to be her mother. And so before we start doing that, I just wanted to give a shout out to those teams again. You're going to see, so how it's going to work is we're going to walk these down on the track, and then your local reps are going to come ham it up, and we're going to turn the music on in a minute, and they're going to show you product that you can see a little more up close and personal. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. There's 3 trends. We're not going to take you through every single thing because it will be too long, but we're going to talk a little bit about the macro trends that you're seeing. So what's going to come down the aisle at you now is our first trend. You're going to see 3 concepts that we put together for you, and we want you to pay attention to the color and the texture. So this one is called Artisan World, and really the idea behind this is the human touch. So we picked things that had a really tactile feel, things that were inspired by, patinas on, textiles.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Fabulous. I'm gonna hold on to it.
This one can walk it down the aisle. So purely Patricia, if you're not following her, that's her Instagram handle. And then if you are, please take pictures, share on social media, where you would tag us at Stacy Garcia Trade, and then at Koroseal, at Keith Baltimore Baltimore Designs. Okay, TileBar and Libatex. So, and then the hashtag we're using is Design Drop 2024. It'll show up if you want to take pictures. Okay. So again, this trend you're going to notice also some of the colors. We're seeing a ton of terracotta and the sagey green and warm neutral. So we're going to have and your reps will come. But before they do, so Keith, you want to just speak about this a little? I don't think you're live. We got to get him live, or give me his. Okay.
So Artisan.
The concept of that is how do you control, right? When I really go on educational, we go to concussion, we want to see what the handicraft is. I believe that is a huge design trend. The concept of seeing things that are handmade and not machine-made, and how people use their local textiles or local crafts to create beautiful things. And I think that's really on point for what's going on in design now. Especially high-end interiors are being done where it's all about the craftsmanship. It's not about the overall, it's the tactile feel of something and the way things are manufactured. Manufacturing is one thing, but when something is crafted, it's timeless and beautiful. Not just like your fabrics.
Thank you.
We're really seeing this also as a backlash against technology. So we've been so inundated with all the tech. So we want something that has tactility and softness and natural colors.
Okay.
And that's really what this trend embodies.
So we're going to hit the music, and your first up here is Matt Deschamps, and Matt is our sales leader for Libatex Inc. So he handles national sales, he's our national sales director, and he is coming down the aisle here with Vertex Truffle, which is a high performance upholstery fabric, which you're gonna see. And then also Sunset Park Terracotta, which is our new boucle inspired commercial wall covering from Koroseal. So you're gonna
Beautiful
notice
texture.
there, the browns and the terracottas are really important for this trend. And
Beautiful textures.
we have,
And those warm, soft colors. So now we have Margot House. So Margot House is our hospitality sales specialist for Koroseal interior products. So Margot really works globally, assisting on retail, restaurant, hotel, all projects for Koroseal. In her free time, Margot is actually a yoga instructor. And she has a bit of a shopping habit, so she gives those orders to support
and Margot's coming down with our tiles from TileBar. So she has our art block and our Libatex tiles. And you'll notice that sort of velvety matte finish. And Trace, take it away.
Next, we have Marie Lombardo showcasing a few of our new wall coverings. So that is Brushwick, that beautiful terracotta color. Marie has been a Koroseal sales rep for 10 years. And she actually started with us as an intern in our Fairlawn, Ohio office and transitioned to the best city on earth, back to New York. Her hobbies are photography, yoga, and bike riding. Thanks, Marie.
I was gonna say, Shauna, you're gonna have to tell us. All right, next up is Shauna. Shauna, how do you pronounce your last name? DeBono. DeBono, I didn't want to butcher it. Shauna DeBono with the fabulous blue hair. And Shauna is your local TileBar sales agent. So she is in the commercial biz. She reps you in New York City. And she is coming down with our art block and our Libatex tiles, which is a really nice play off of a classic subway tile.
That living tile is really quite spectacular.
It is.
It also has a luminescence to it. The tile somehow on the edge.
Yeah,
Feels
the
like
edge
it's
gives a great
almost
detail.
backlit.
So fun.
Really
Okay. Rob Gruber's coming up next. Rob, and we'll throw the music back on. I could talk over it. Just like, you got to give the man something to work with
Right.
over here.
Work it, Rob.
Rob is coming down with Libatex Intermission, which is a Krypton fabric, which has a moisture barrier on it. That is our dusty rose color. And then along with that, he's showing you cityscape, and you can see how beautifully the textiles and the wall covering and the tile are merchandised together.
That clay finish is the clay color on the Cityscape product is just so trend forward right now. We're seeing those kind of soft, blushy colors really everywhere.
And what's really crazy is that terracotta has been so out of vogue for so long, and ripping it up is
Oh,
becoming-
the terracottas are the
It's-
it new color.
it is the rage.
And Matt Deschamps is coming down with the other it new color right now, and that is the eucalyptus color. So again, you're seeing this beautiful crushed velvet, and then it's coming down also in a sheer, and that's a wide width sheer. And we're seeing all of it. This is really the color that was all over Maison this year and all over Salone and Milan. So you're really going to see it start to hit the coast first, and then Margot's coming through. Trace?
So Margot's coming down with a beautiful new emboss that is specific to Stacy. So, and then your sheer is,
And then our sheer is called Cascade, and this is a brand new color of Cascade. So this was a best-selling color for Libatex. I'm sorry, a best-selling sheer for Libatex in the gray tones. But what you're going to notice in this trend is the warming of the palette. So you're going to see these beautiful sandy colors, the gold undertones, and that's really hot now.
Almost like a waterfall in fabric. Is that where you got the name Cascade?
That's it, you got it. And it's gorgeous on the window.
the top-notch vinyl wall covering. It's a Type 2 vinyl wall covering. Has a really soft, kind of not square. It has a very soft and square emboss with that beautiful kind of shimmery champagne finish.
Yep. And so again, if you love it, touch and feel it, we will post these. You can make a mental note or, write down what it is, and we'll have them all on display after. So if you are working on projects and you're interested in ordering samples, getting ahead of the trends, we'll have all of that for you.
I noticed that they're hanging
All right,
around the
let's go on to the next one.
around the
Okay.
showroom.
So, As soon as they come back, we'll talk about the next one. So,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Alright, so.
So can we get a round of applause for your local reps or no?
All right, so I want some comments from people. Anything you saw that you like? Somebody, maybe you always has something to say.
Usually it's not nice.
Do we have a beeper? We have to bleep her out. We have a 3-second delay.
Hands to a lot of these fabrics are beautiful.
Thank you.
What's that?
The matte tiles are
Matte
beautiful.
tiles. Okay, great. Anybody?
So I feel that it's very, very difficult to find beautiful sheers to layer underneath draperies and curtains. And the blue sheer fabric and these fabrics right here that are sheers are fabulous to use with your curtains, your draperies. Also, they're fabulous. They're very hard to find beautiful.
Thank you. David is a little shy. I'm going to ask him to comment.
So shy. First of all, kudos to my colleagues here, Stacy. Hats off to you, Mr. Where are you, Mr. Handsome? Hats off to all of you for changing the game, for changing the way that you're introducing products and textiles to our industry. I love what you're doing. Keep doing it. Design it forward, as I like to say, and keep dropping it while it's hot.
Thank you.
Any other comments? All right, here we got a TileBar input. Ariel.
Love everything.
All right, good answer. Anyone
All
else?
right, John, we're gonna hold the comments and we're gonna move on to the next trend.
All right.
We'll get comments on the next one.
All right, next time around.
So what's gonna be coming up in a minute, so the girls are gonna hold for 1 second, the ladies are gonna hold, this is Modern Noir, correct? I just wanna make sure. Modern Noir is next? Modern Noir, okay. So this trend is all about the drama, okay? This is all about making a statement. Ooh, I got loud. This is really about using texture, but leaning into sort of the nuances. I'm gonna whisper because I'm so loud. It's about leaning into the nuances, all the undertones of the off blacks. So we're gonna see chocolate browns, we're gonna see deep greens, we're gonna see gorgeous eggplant colors. And this is really all about creating drama in an interior. And I know Keith loves some drama.
I love me some drama. This collection is really interesting to me because it's so tonal, and it's the way that you use those fabrics in order to create the drama. Love the feel of it, love the hand, and it's kind of sexy.
Thank you.
The key with the drama trend is you can layer those textures and layer those patterns in there to really make it impactful. And that's one of the things that you're going to see with this beautiful new collection of products is really the layering.
Yes.
And we love drama in interiors, not getting the interiors done.
No, I mean, unless you're on like Real Housewives of New Jersey and you flip a table every once in a while, you know? Okay, so what you're seeing here, again, this is all about the nuance of the color. It's all about the undertones. We're seeing kisses of lilac in this. So how many of you over the last decade have specified gray on a project? Okay, and how many of you are ready for the next iteration, something a little different, right? Right, okay. So this is really all about how gray is moving and evolving, and we're seeing gray evolve in 2 ways. So one way is warm, which is what we just saw in the, thank you, so we can learn something too. We'll take a tidbit. I know we're a couple spritzes in, maybe a little marijuana in New York City. Like you can't walk down the streets anymore. But we're seeing gray warm, like we saw in the artisan trend, and then here you're seeing our new cool version of gray, and that's gonna be kissed by a little lilac. And you're gonna see, we don't have the lilac in this trend, but lilac is another color trend that we're seeing in the market as an accent. So we're gonna start to walk this down the aisle.
And the deeper purple tones
Yes.
are very much, certainly in Europe, certainly in NYSxDESIGN this year, there's a lot of purple.
Yes.
I think it's how it's connected to the interior. Lilac is a huge trend.
And it's just a little kiss of it,
It's
so
just a
it's still
touch,
very
right?
neutral.
It's very good lilac.
I know. Trace?
Definitely we see see a lot of the plum tones, the lilac tones, but I love some of the deep kind of tinted greens and tinted teals and blues that are really popular right now. So you have to balance out that drama with a little bit of a neutral, and you're going to see some of those coming up as well with some warm grays and also some beige tones.
Yes. And so listen, if you're gonna do a velvet, you have to do a black velvet. I love, for me, interior spaces are punctuated with the dark tones. And when I'm talking, it's
It
grounded,
needs to have some grounding as well.
right? And so we are seeing gray is still very popular. I don't think it's going away. What we think is that it's going to evolve.
Well, I think it's also mixed with other neutrals. In other words, gray is always classic and will always be in style, but the idea of using that with taupes, beiges, and grays,
Yes.
and a combination of all the neutral, and then punctuate with color,
Correct.
is what we do on it.
And I think what's important when we look at trend, and we talked a little bit about this too, is that, we don't want to chase the fads. We don't want to chase things when we're doing interior design that are going to be in and out in a second, because people are making a big investment in their home or in their commercial spaces. But we have to be conscious of where the trends were and how they're moving, because if you're not doing new construction and you're doing renovation, chances are you're going to be working with the gray for the next decade. People are not going to pull out their kitchen. So this is a way to sort of, we call it a bridge color. This is a way how we bridge forward some of those classic tones that are not going to leave the building yet.
And I also find that trend,
Go ahead.
I often say trend. The concept is the idea that whatever is classic and done right is always on trend. It
Totally.
doesn't matter if it's a gray interior, if it's classically done, it'll always be in style.
Totally.
And the mix of the tones, like what you did in the collection, mix of different textures, it's all textural difference.
Correct.
Makes it timeless.
That's how you make the drama. So Tracy, you want to talk about Coney, which Matt has coming down the aisle right now?
Great. The Coney product, actually, you can see a little bit of those kind of plum undertones in that new product, and it's a beautiful new vertical wood grain. It has a lovely friend that goes with it called the Empire, which is a beautiful parquet pattern. So check that out. So they are in corrugated colors and not matching purposely. We want them to be friendly, but not match, obviously, by design.
Right. And the other thing about the Coney is we really aim for like a cerused wood look and gave it a very deep emboss so that it has that, value add, but it's a type 2 commercial vinyl. So it really gives a fabulous look. And now we have the art block coming down from TileBar. And again, you're going to see the finishes on these are what make it. The little framing details. Subway tile is a classic. It's never going out of style. It's how do we do them differently? So we did them in an elongated. We gave it a little detail. And we tried to give it what we were calling a velvety finish. So that matte finish is like amazing. And Rob is coming back down with our new Sunset Park. And this one looks like, to me, a Chanel suit.
Yes, Sunset Park Ash, it was meant to really be that boucle texture that adds a little bit of texture to the wall surface.
Or it's a little gold drama.
Ooh.
I do feel like it's a little like English. Like it has this.
He wants a picture. It does.
It does.
And I think that's really where these products have to live in the hands of the interior designers, right? It's how you choose to use them. What do you pair it with? Does it look more masculine? Does it look more feminine? Are you going classic or are you going very modern
Or
with
the
it?
mix of all of them.
Correct.
The mix of masculine and feminine.
Yeah.
And I
It's
love
awesome.
with the modern noir trend that you can really layer it. It might look great on an accent wall. So you can use it in small doses, or if you want to pump up the drama, really use it throughout the room.
In a fabric like that, I would love to just do a whole back wall as a headboard.
Amazing.
Certainly because of the durability and the idea that it's classic. Chanel boucle never was out of style.
So believe it or not, that's a type 2 commercial vinyl. So
I
you
know.
don't even it's like amazing.
It's amazing.
I know, it looks like a Chanel suit, I know. And then what's coming down right now is called Empire.
And Maria is showing the Empire product.
Right, and the Empire is like an Art Deco inspired starburst, like a faux wood. Again, fabulous way to really add those details to your wall and have them be high performance.
And that's something, wood never goes out of style, so that's always gonna be a trend.
Yeah, and all about layering the textures. So Keith, what do you think of this? This large one that Margot has is called Brushwick.
I love the name.
Brushwick. I was playing off of Bushwick. I know.
Who doesn't want to live in Bushwick now?
Everyone wants to live in Bushwick. I can't afford Bushwick anymore.
But I love the idea of the brush stroke. It's really fun. Great for layering with the other one.
Yes,
But this bridges a little bit of the trend that we talked about a little bit ago with that hand painted, hand brushed appearance.
totally.
Just a beautiful product.
And you see how they merchandise, and the fabric that Margot has coming down as well is part of a brand new indoor-outdoor collection from Libatex. So it's actually a bleach cleanable product. It's great if your clients have pets, have kids, you know, it's great for senior living, have husbands. I don't know if it's husband. I was gonna say, I don't know that it's husband, but just kidding. I bought a fabulous wool rug and my husband spilled a cup of coffee on it. Okay.
That's done.
I mean, the end.
Baking soda, leave it there for a week.
That's it. So John, I don't know if we want to take questions from the crowd?
Does anybody have questions?
We're good.
I want to get some comments here. Anyone have a comment? We're gonna need 5 comments. All right, here we go. Ken?
This is the art we use to turn environments into homes.
Yes. Amen.
That's a great comment.
Yeah, so another comment. Somebody, Barbara Kessler has a comment.
I actually like these vinyl wall coverings a lot. Yeah, the gray one that just came about, we loved.
Yes, that one's called Brushwick.
Another comment, come on. Yes, here we go. Michelle.
Tiles.
Yes.
Love,
Another drink for Michelle.
love the details.
Yeah, so one of the tiles was a 4x8 and had a little micro frame. You may have heard Stacy mention it. So subway tile, you think of a subway as a 3x6 tile, right? 3" by 6" tile. What Shauna was bringing down the aisle was a 4" by 8" tile, so a little stylized up in a glaze that was a matte glaze with a micro frame. There were 3 little differences about that tile that made it look so Stacy.
Thank you.
And also that little edge, dealing with the grout color.
Yeah.
Right? You know, sometimes when we do a subway brick, it's all about the grout, right? Because if it's a simple 3x6 and you do a colored grout, with that little edge detail, you're going to get a shadow on that tile all the time. So backsplash or wherever you're going to put it. So it's all about the grout and connection with that.
That is a good point. Very good point.
Just okay,
All right, let's
we're
go.
gonna move on to our last trend, and then we'll get to take pictures, have a good time again, and so let's do it. Yeah.
So if everyone could just look at the screen for a moment. It says Design Drop 2024. So take a picture of that hashtag. Between today and Sunday, post something about this event. There's the 360 machine upstairs, pictures of this event, of yourselves, behind the step and repeat. And next week, we're gonna pick some winners, some really cool stuff. So everyone take your camera out just for a moment. Here's a chance to get a picture of me. You don't have to ask. Design Drop 2024. All the other hosts and everyone, our hashtags are all over. But if you're gonna do just one hashtag, Design Drop 2024, take a picture of that, post it from tonight through Sunday. And next week, we're gonna pick winners and we'll message you some really cool prizes. So do not forget. You're on, Stacy.
Perfect. Okay, so the last and final trend that we're going to be showing to you tonight of our new product drop is called architecture. And again, some of it, I don't even know if we have samples of yet, so you're really seeing it early. I'm just letting you know. This one is really about geometry and again, more graphic. So it's a little something for everybody. We think it's a fun way to bring pattern into an interior. What we're showing here, again, they're all very sophisticated trends. You know, we have other things that are crazy and bright, but tonight we really wanted to focus on our top 3, I think, most sophisticated looking trends that we have. And you're gonna see, this is punctuated with black and white, and then a little bit of sort of an off primary color. So you're gonna see some of the dark rust, some of the reds, and some of the cobalt blues. And it really has a sharp, almost nod to the 80s.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you think about like the Saved by the Bell days, but, you know, last color. But that's really was the influence because we are seeing a big trend toward that 80s nostalgia, that very kind of fun interior design again.
You'll see a little bit of mocha brown sprinkled into this trend as well, and that's something that's, again, that little bit of a nod to the 80s, but the browns are a little bit cooler than what you saw in the 80s, a little more sophisticated. And again, it's okay to use that brown and black together. They look fabulous.
Definitely, that brown is the new black.
Right.
Yes.
Like 2 years ago, you couldn't sell anything in brown. All of a sudden, brown is back, and it's back big and strong. Also the way, I particularly love the first fabric. I love, it's so architectural. It
Yes.
almost looks like window panes through the city.
I love the balance of warm and cool with that
Yes.
color as well. So really well balanced.
Thank you. And that one happens to be an indoor-outdoor as well. So it is also bleach cleanable and high light fastness. And that is called Keen. So that'll make its way down. Okay, so thank you again. How about a round of applause for Samantha and Unai? So they are talented and they can walk a runway. All right. And our first model up is going to be Matt Deschamps again. Matt Deschamps is going to be coming down the runway. All right, so let's give the man some fabric. So what do we have here?
So Matt has a beautiful new Type 2 vinyl called
Along with a faux leather fabric. Okay,
They
perfect.
look fabulous together.
So he's got the rind in charcoal, which is a gorgeous faux leather. It's a distressed skin-like texture. And you have to feel the hand of it though. It's really, really nice.
Cabrini is that broken stripe. So with the white background and the beautiful domino color.
I love that. I know. That's that black and white. There you see, again, you can really pull off the graphic look in an easy to use. It's subtle. And as Tracy said, has that nice broken stripe effect. Okay, Margot's coming down next.
This is what I was talking about this tile. There's this kind of luminescence around the perimeter, almost like your edge on the other one.
Yes.
But it, as a subway tile, it's incredible. And cellophane, you know what glass cellophane is?
Yes.
Cellophane's like a reeded glass. So if it was done vertically,
Right.
it would almost feel like it was a glass wall. And it feels like it has a battery pack on it. Love the tile.
So we're going to thank our amazing rep community because they are playing the sandbox so nicely together on the runway. So Margot is really your Koroseal rep, but she's showing off some tile for us right now.
I love that ribbed tile in the vertical, so showing what that vertical camber trend is right now.
And we're going to see that in a minute, I believe, in some wall covering as well. So that's our art block and our fluted. Okay, and our next model down the runway is Rob Luber, and he has 3 coordinated products. So he has the Coney wall covering, he has Bravo, which is a Krypton upholstery, and he also has one of our brand new Galaxy shears. And again, so you can see how beautiful they merchandise together.
In the soft blue tones, they do coordinate so well together. So a variety of different tones between the fabrics and the wall covering. Yeah.
We see an enormous amount of blue trend in my firm, and especially in coastal situations.
Right.
But I think that's very sophisticated and has like a more New York City vibe. And it's blue that you could use in town.
I love that. It is, it's true. It has, more of a slate undertone to
Yes.
it. So again, it's a little more.
It's not as happy as like a medium.
It's like a cool denim,
Cool
it's a
denim.
New York blue.
Yeah, you could totally vibe with that. Like it.
Yes, okay. Next we have, what else is coming up? Oh, sorry, I missed tile here. Okay, thank you. So we have Shauna coming back with our tile. And I believe she's got the matte finish in hand, so it has a beautiful velvety hand to it. Very handsome matte finish. So touch and feel those. Trace?
Oh, you got 3 of them. Marie is coming down the runway with a couple new patterns. So Minetta, one of our favorite patterns, which is this beautiful, almost floral stripe. It's just in a really unique way to add pattern to the wall.
I say it dances across the wall.
It does.
Give us a woo woo if you can hear what we're saying. Okay, good.
And we also have Coney, which is that gorgeous vertical wood grain in the black ceruse.
Yeah, I mean, that
Very
one
striking.
looks like an artisan scraped it and finished it and brought the grain to life. So I love how that technique came out.
It's a really
Like a ceruse wood.
Like a ceruse wood. It really looks very expensive. And then we have our new Libatex fabric as well, and that is part of our outward collection. Again, another outdoor fabric bleach cleanable. And Matt is showing off two high-performance fabrics. One is the intermission in that beautiful rust color. That's the Krypton. And then he also has part of our new outward collection, which is a bleach cleanable. So you're seeing again that the reds and the rust tones adding a nice punctuation to this trend.
You'll notice with a lot of these trends, they have hints of metallic, and I love all the metallic that is used right now. Gold is definitely a big hit right now, but we're seeing it mixed with matte black. We're still seeing warm nickels and some fun new finishes coming in, as well as copper coming back. So lots of metallic right now.
And you're seeing this depth to texture. You know, we've seen a lot of, look, we're in New York, so we, you know, that's nothing new. Like, that's like saying I wear black to work, you know. However, it's kind of turning up the dial on some of these textures, really bringing them a little more out loud so that it's not sitting back. You know, it really adds that beautiful tactile surface. We're seeing the twist in the yarns, that color
And
effect.
the depth of the fabric.
Right.
It feels like it's deep and rich, and that's really important, especially when you use it.
Yeah, so really these trends are all about how we're having texture in a new way. Whether those are the glossy finishes on the tile, the fluted finishes, very big. Tracy mentioned the TileBar effect. We're seeing that in kitchen cabinets, you know, we're seeing that in furniture looks. So this was a way to bring it forward in tile. And we also brought it forward in one of our wall coverings, and that's called our fluted wall covering. I'm not sure if I saw it in
It's
one
right
of
behind us.
It's right behind us, so Keith is pointing to it. It's in almost like an off brown there. It has a
Right.
beautiful eggplant
That's just
tone.
It has a
lavender.
little
That's-
tint
it's a
of
purple.
an amethyst. It
Amethyst.
does.
Yeah.
And that one is,
Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
so John is pointing to that too.
that one's called Roll With It. And that's kind of the timbre influence. Again, it has a little bit of that really soft plum undertone to it.
It's interesting how the light hits it and it really feels good.
Yeah. And it's fun to see sort of how the different decades are impacting these trends too. So I know we're talking about the 80s, but I'll tell you the brown is really right out of the 70s. So,
Well, what's old is new again. I guess we really don't reinvent. We kind of use the vocabulary from past years and the different decades to kind of move forward.
Right.
And I think that this collection definitely did that.
it is.
70s, 80s, and
70s,
definitely.
even a little 90s when you look on the wall. So kind of those nuanced sprays, you
Yeah,
know,
and the
with
brush
a little,
top.
dare I say, mauve.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
dare I say more. So, you know, those are the trends that you're gonna look for. And then, John, you wanna get some from the audience and wrap us up here tonight?
All right. So, Mark has a comment. Mark.
If you're gonna talk about geometry, instead of just taking the subway tile and offsetting it by 50%, if you offset it based on the golden ratio and the Fibonacci numbers, it would be at 62% and a whole lot more interesting. I would also like to see a man's necktie made out of the sheer curtains that you have.
I love that idea. I think
cool.
that's
I like
great.
that.
Next year.
And we
Any
often,
other comments?
and we often do offset 30-60 on a subway tile. It doesn't necessarily, we don't all the time do 50-50. The longer the tile, the more offset it is.
Yeah, that's
So,
great.
what's your name? Lila.
Hi, thank you. This is a great conversation. I had a question about art. I've been seeing digital art making a huge splash, and with, talk about the NFTs and the metaverse. And the comment you made was you're almost going in the other direction. So I just wanted to know, what are your thoughts on digital art? That's my first question.
Honestly, that really depends on the client.
Ah.
It really depends on the personality. Some millennials love NFTs and you know, that could be their new art, right? But I think the reaction is to see what a person does to make something and bring it into your home might have more meaning. Certainly it does for me. So, but I'm not designing for myself. I'm designing for other clients. It depends on the client. I would venture to say that NFTs are here to stay. Digital art is here to stay. Obviously, everything is printed digitally. It's here to stay. It's just how it's used in an interior.
Yeah, thank you. And then my second question is, how does art relate, or the palette change with, I mean, grays and lilacs are very neutral. So it was just a question about where do you see the direction in art going as it relates to this new palette that you're talking about?
Well, I don't think art has. That's a tough
I'll
question.
answer. I mean, in my opinion, art does not have to match the interior.
At all,
right?
and never should.
The art is really personal.
Ever.
It's about what your client loves. It's whether or not they collect, and then it's up to you as a designer to really bring them forward, introduce them to new artists and
Right.
you know, artisans and new ideas, and it's what they have a visceral reaction
The
to.
drapes have to
Yeah.
match the carpeting, but the art does not.
Yeah, so I'm a big believer in that too. Great.
I have
Wanna
a
get
question,
another
I have a question here. Any other questions? Let me know, raise your hand.
Hi, my name is Anna. I'm actually a traditional abstract artist, fortunate enough to work with a lot of people in this room. And thank you for the response, because I find some of the designers I work with are actually inspired by some of the art. But
Absolutely.
today's collection was a classic, but edgy, and enough for everybody to express their own personalities. So just fabulous. And of course, John, fabulous job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? What do you guys think of this format? Do it again? Design Drop Product Runway? All right, great. One more time, take a look at the screen, take a picture of that hashtag. The party's not over. We're going to continue. This is being live streamed right now on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm going to send the link to everybody who registered, so you'll get the link, I guess, to the YouTube channel. So subscribe to that. You'll get to watch some of the event that happened tonight if you missed something. Oh my God, this is amazing. Tracy, Keith, and Stacy, thank you so much for being here.
And a big round of applause to our super
John.
reps,
And all our reps.
our supermodels.
And John Tudisco, thank you so
John,
much.
I did nothing. I just showed up.
That's not true.
Really, thank you, everyone. It's an honor, and the party is going on. So let's head upstairs, crank up some music, have some drinks, do the 360. Hashtag Design Drop 2024. Do it tonight, tomorrow, over the
Thank
weekend.
you.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, and please come check it out, touch and feel, make a note, order samples, thank your reps. And instead of waiters, thank your reps with orders, everybody.
I'm going to step in here and just say how awesome it was to see that New York audience take a look at some new and cool designs and hear it from the designers and the artists that have created it, and put that into context. What a great event. What a great thing to experience. If you experienced it online like I did, it was still fun. If you experienced it in person, I'm a little jealous. I mean, seriously, John Tudisco, you couldn't send me a ticket? Regardless, you've got to see it strolling at the bottom here. Don't forget to tag Design Drop 2024, and you'll get a prize. I'm going to tag it because I can get the prize. It looks like now they're just kind of venturing in and going to mingle and have some fun. So we're going to just kind of eavesdrop for a little bit and see if anybody wants to have a live interview. We're going to jump in if they do. If not, we're just going to close out the evening, and I'll be back with you in a second. Awesome production. Thanks to John Tudisco. Thanks for Koroseal, Libatex, and TileBar for sponsoring it. wonderful, wonderful night out in Manhattan. So let's take a look and just see how they close out the evening. Well, it looks like everybody's gonna retire for the evening. They're finishing with drinks and just some fellowship together. I want to thank them for having this wonderful event. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it, got a little bit of education on what's coming up new in the design world. And if you like this, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know what's going on, let us know how we can support your event. And we wish you all the best and have a great evening. Good night.